just getting sorted. I will be with you one moment. I'm hoping I'm just trying to get my computer going. Come on, computer. Aha! It's working. It's working. So how do I will be with you 1 second. I might struggle to see comments tonight. It doesn't want to play. Right. Hello. Yep, we're live. We're up and running. I can see Sylvia. Hi Sylvia. Hi Helen. Hi Chris. Hi Maxine. Hope I've got everybody. Right. Oh, it's one of them days again. And never a dull moment in our house. I've got to tell you the story just before we start. I nearly didn't go live tonight. I'm just going to move the camera just slightly. Might just have to do that bit. Yes, that's it. That's better. So, had a bit of a dilemma. I couldn't get in my craft room. Thank you, Maxine. So, as you know, we have several pussycats, and I left my craft room last night about midnight, went in the bath, and while I was in the bath, my husband decided he was going to put something in the craft room, which he did. Shut the door behind him. Thought no more of it. Woke up this morning, went to feed the cats. I had one cat missing. Oh dear. So I thought she's got to be somewhere because the house cats. So what did I do? I tried to open the craft room door, should I say, to find Tilly had been in there all night. And she'd ruffled the carpet up. I couldn't even open the door. What a dilemma. What a dilemma. So I had to push and pull and push and pull. Got the cat out, but I couldn't open the door. So I didn't think I was going to be going live tonight. I was panicking a little bit. But when I got home, I persevered. I didn't get too mad with myself. And we got in. So we are live, thank goodness. So this evening, we're going to be making an interactive card using the Give It a Whirl dies. And what I ought to do, I ought to introduce myself as well. I'm not doing very well, am I? Hello, good evening and welcome. Lorna Carter from Lorna Carter's Creations, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based here in the UK. I'm a bit of a Fruit Loop, I've got to say. Oh dear. Right, let's get started. So, Give It a Whirl dies. These are an interactive set of dies. You get 21 dies in the set, and it comprises of some technical looking bits. You've got all sorts of different shapes, love art. You've got the circle, triangular one, rectangular one. Got some little love hearts. This is where the whirl bit comes from, because this is the whirl. We've got a nice border die that actually cuts out the centre as well. We've got some clouds, label, stars. We've got little arrows, so you can either put the arrows, emboss them into the card, or you can actually cut them out with that. And then you've got a little circle set of dies. So that's what Give It a Whirl dies comprise of. This is what you can make. So I played, this was my first card I played about, and this is using the squirrel set. Oh, chucking it away. This is also using the Celebration designer series paper. So this is what I created. So this was my first one with the squirrels, and then Nuts About You. Just something fairly straightforward. I haven't put another sentiment on. I was going to, but I just didn't get a chance. So that was my first one. This was my second one, which was the birdie one. So a little bird told me, you've got something to celebrate. And then there's pictures of little blue ticks, which is quite a nice card. That is featuring the designer series paper, also from the Celebration. Then I made this one. So this is, I've used the brick. You can't quite, I don't think, see it. It's the brick embossing folder on this one. And I haven't stuck it down very well, but I've used one of the arrows, and so you can see, you move it round the wheel, and we have a bee with some flowers, and a bee with some more flowers. Just thought it was something different than a bee on its own. So that was using Honeybee Home stamp set for that one. And then I've used a sentiment there. The happy birthday comes from Peaceful Moments stamp set that's in the annual catalogue. It's just sentiments. So when I got home tonight, I was going to have another play, and I will tell you that most people, a lot of people, or should I say, the card that we're making tonight is the birdie one. And when I got home tonight, I made this one. Now, if I bring, just to compare, what I've done to make it pop, I've actually coloured, is that a focus? That's it. I've coloured the background so it just pops, whereas this one, I've left it white, and it sort of loses it a little bit in the background, whereas this one I thought actually popped. So I've actually coloured my designer series paper and the background to just look like sky. You've got something to celebrate. So I just thought it hid the background, whereas this one, when you turn round, it's just got the plain white in the background, and I just thought it was, I wasn't quite happy. I just wanted something a little bit different. So we're going to be making this one that I've just made. So we're going to make another one of these. I've used on this one, I just used the I think I used the scalloped circles, and I didn't realise I forgot this die, or should I say this die. Just let me pick it up. That one, I forgot that was in the set, so I've staggered it. As you can see, I've got one layer underneath and then another layer on top, and I'll show you how I've done that. I just thought it just looked a bit more elegant than that one. So, but it can be male, it can be a female card. I love birds, and I really love blue tits. I love the colours. So that's the one we're going to be making. Let's crack on. If I put all those to one side, the stamp set I'm going to be using tonight as well is Sweet Songbirds. Hi Izzy. Glass of wine. Oh, I could do with a bottle, I think, today after the day I've had. Maybe a little tipple later. So we're using the Sweet Songbirds, and we're using A Little Bird Told Me You've Got Something to Celebrate. Okay, so that's where the sentiments come from. Making this card totally from scratch, so you can actually see how we did it. Put the dies off to the side. Sorry for the glare from my lamp. Right, so base card, thick white. So we want 21 centimeters, which is that way. Now this, I normally do my base card 21 centimeters by 14.8, and we score at 10.5. But with this die set, I like a little bit of a border, but when you use 14.8, it's quite a bit bigger, and they only want a border that's sort of level all the way around. So we're going to 14 tonight. Still fits in an envelope, no problem. So we've got 21 by 14. So we're going to cut a card base, and then we're going to score it at 10.5. So 10.5. That is our base card. I'm going to burnish that. Sorry, just get that. Just burnish that. Okay, that's that piece. Right, can put that away now. Next, we need some Night of Navy. So we're using Night of Navy. Actually, I will just use this just to cut this. So Night of Navy, if I can. It's alright having long nails, but I can never pick anything up. I'm going to use this die for the Night of Navy. So all I'm going to do, I'm just going to, that's it. So I'm just going to cut that so we can die cut it out like so. This is great for kids cards, adults cards, whatever. It's so fun. So fun. Right, we can put that away now, definitely. Okay, so we're going to die cut that out of there. We'll go ahead and die cut. We'll get the die cutting machine out and we'll do it all. Get all the die cutting out of the way. So we're going to use the whirly bit, and we're going to cut that out in a basic white. Okay, so we've got that to cut, we've got that to cut. I have some scraps of Night of Navy, and I want that cutting out of that, and then also I want sorry, I've covered it up. I'm using, this is just my preference, you don't have to do it, but it's just my preference. I am using, oh, just bear with us, I can never remember what they call these, Stylish Shapes dies, just a great basic set. So I'm using the circle dies, and I'm using the smallest one I'm counting as number 1, so I'm using 2 and 3. And what I'm going to do is make a frame with that. So that we're going to cut out of, oh, can't pick them up, Night of Navy. Okay. We also need we need 2 frames actually, but I've already used part, so I've got a piece there to do, and all that was to finish this piece off here, just round there. It just looked bare without something. I just thought that just looked quite nice, so that just is by the whirly bit. Okay, right, so let's get these die cut. Pop those to one side. So I'll bring my machine in. Let me move those out of the way, put them all in the way. Okay, so here we are. I've also used, on this second one that I made, the last one, I've actually used the wood grain embossing folder, and I'll show you what I did. But yeah, that's what I did with that. Right, let's get die cutting. So I'm going to put I'll start this then. I'm going to use that, and I'm braving it. I'm not using my tape. I'm just going in. Okay, so this, just move those out the way. That out the way. So we've got, I'm going to have to get this with my pokey tool. So we have a frame, so I'll just pop that to the back. We've got a circle, little circle, that'll come in useful for something else. That is the frame. And then there's the stitch, it's not a stitch circle, that's stitched on the inside, but that's just cut a circle. So we don't need that, we need that. Right, we're going in with the Whirl. I'm just going to cut one of those. I tried all sorts with this, I had a really good play. That's the Whirl, and as you can see, well, I don't know if you'll be able to see or not. Can you? Oh, you can. The embossing. So it's actually embossed. So you've got a section like a triangle each section. So that's the Whirl, and then we've got the frame. Basically, it's the mechanism. So I'll show you when I've cut this. So this cuts out the basic frame. Don't think we need that again yet, so I'll just pop that to one side. So this piece, it does have a it's all stitched around the outside. It does have a cutout. This is where we get the Whirl. Oops. But I'm going to show you a different way of using it, because some people put, you'll see when I go through, you'll understand. Some people put a brad through the front, and to have, so you'd have a brad through there, and this is how you get your mechanism. We're going to use a brad, but we're not going to have it showing on the front. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do. Right, we need this designer series paper. This again is in the, what have I done with it? Here's the bird. This is in the Rings of Love designer series paper. This is in Celebration, and if you spend, that's the one we're going to be using. It's got beauty. I love that side as well. So it's got a bit of sort of back end of the year, I would say. We've got a bit of winter, autumn. Well, I suppose we've got summer. We've got the checks on the back. It's a really nice autumn there, look. And that's just a very subtle leaf pattern. It's a nice set. I love that, is my favourite, I've got to say. On the back of that is this like snowflakey, looks snowflakey, as if it could snow. Got these houses, and then mandalas on the back. I love the colours. I do love the colours. So it's a good versatile pack. We've got toadstools, leaves, and we've got the logs, and these coordinate with a set in the catalogue. That's it, I'm showing you them all. They coordinate, I'll find it for you. I think if I get it right, just let me get my catalogue. I'm thinking it's in the mini, but you might tell me otherwise. I just can't quite remember. It's got to be in here somewhere. I can't remember what it's called until I see it. Should have marked it, shouldn't I? Wow. Beginning to wonder. I thought it was in here, maybe not. Yes. So it's this one, and this is Ringed with Nature, and this is the stamp set. So that it's it can get it as a bundle with the hybrid embossing folder. So the hybrid embossing folder actually embosses and cuts out, it's the log pieces. So it's quite a good set. You've got a Christmas, love and warmth, get well soon, just for you, happy anniversary, thinking of you. So it's quite a general, can be used for all sorts of occasions. Oh, got cats about. So yeah, it can be used for all sorts of occasions. So that's what this DSP actually goes with. So right, we've got a cat. We've got a different cat tonight, haven't we, Tigger? There we go. Yes, you want to be in the limelight, don't you? Right, let's get cutting. I'll just I'm going to die cut this. Anybody who has the stitch rectangles. It is International Cat Day. I did see that. I did see that on Facebook. Bless. Right. So, the stitch rectangle dies. It's the second. I think it's the second. Just let me double check. Yes. Right. So, as I said, the main mechanism, the base, is stitched around the edges. So I thought it would be nice to use the stitched rectangles for the designer series paper. So I'm using the second one down, not the largest, the next one down. I thought I'd finished with the die cutting machine, but I forgot about this bit. So I'm just gonna cut a chunk. Are you watching, Tiggerpuss? Are you watching us? Hey? He's sat overlooking, making sure we do things right. Aren't you? Hey? Right, so just going to pop that through the die cutting machine. So I think then, other than the birdies, I think we've got everything cut. Okay, so it's nice. It just looks nice because it's got the stitched edge. Right. I think we've probably come back. I'll have forgotten something, but hey ho, that's my brain. Right, I'm going to sit down. I'm just going to glue this piece on here and let it dry, purely because we're going to put it through and emboss it. So just a bit of wet glue. And make sure you put it in the middle, because obviously if we're going to be die cutting this to get the window. So I've got it a bit on the wonk before, but never mind. Right. Right, you'll see that this sticks out. We're going to sort this piece out in a minute, because obviously we've got the cutout for your whirly thing. So we will be sorting this out. I'm going to die cut this and I'll show you how I did it. I just let that dry. Okay, so what I'm going to do, we've got, using the double oval punch. So we've done the biggest oval, the scallop, in Night of Navy, and then we've got we're going to stamp on the little basic white piece. We'll get that done. So that is done and out the way. That's it. So we're just going to pop that in. We only want the top bit in the blue. Put it together. That's done that piece. And then somewhere, to save wasting card, just do it big enough, just a tip, and just slide it in. So we're not cutting any from the big one, we're just doing the small one, and just pop it out. Okay, and that is the double oval punch. That is quite a nice little punch. Stamping in Night of Navy, and as I said earlier, we're using the sentiment A Little Bird Told Me. That's what we're using on this one. I apologise if I'm not keeping up with the comments, because for some reason they won't come up on my computer. I have got to keep standing up to have a look. Okay, so we're just going to go in and stamp, because it's photopolymer. I've got my stamp and pierce. I am going to have to stand up to do this. So here we go. Just down we go. A little bird told me. Right, what I'm also going to do, I'm just going to put that. What I'm also going to do is, as you can see on here, the dogs are about to go out. I've just gone round the edge basically. I could have done it, I suppose, with a blending brush. Let's do it. Let's be different. Let's do something different rather than what I've already done. Just get some scrap of card. Oh, I've just, hang on, let me use my emergency side. I've just as I've moved it, I've smudged it. You've always got your other side for an emergency side. There we go. Right, I'm not going to touch it now. Not for a minute or two. Just get my Balmy Blue, because that is the colour I've been using. Oh, I might use the small one because I don't need a lot. And then once we've done this, we'll then sort the birds out. I'm just going to pick a little bit up, and all I'm going to do is just put a little bit of colour. I actually did this one with the blended with the Lorna with the Stampin' Blends. That's the light Balmy Blue. So we'll just go around the edge. Right, so yes, it's International Cat Day, Monty. I just can't do with you on my knee at the moment, thank you. I will give you cuddles later. He's coming over now. That's it. Oh, got a scrap going. Where are you going? No, you can't just plonk your bottom. You can't just plonk your bottom. Come on. Oh, sorry about that. Animals. It's still too hot to shut the... Mind you, I daren't shut the door until Adrian's looked at the carpet, because I don't want the same problem as I had this morning. So we're just going to stick this down with some glue. Pop that on there. On this I also popped brass. Oh, this is a right tongue twister. Brushed brass butterflies. I'm just using a small one. Oh, that's got one that got stuck to your tail, mate. Oh, it's just one of them days. I've got kitty glitter all over now. It's pulled his fur out. Okie dokie. So it's comic cuts here, it always is. Okay, so that's what we've got. A little bird told me. Okay, just to finish this off, any scraps that I've cut out, die cut or whatever, that I can rescue the birds. Just let me move that. Are you sat on my snips, darling? Are you sat on my snips? Yes. Right, what I'm going to do, I can just save this one. So I'm just going to quickly fussy cut a little birdie, just like so. Oops. Just like that. Doesn't have to be perfect, because he's going to be the little birdie that tells us it's somebody's special day. Right, rubbish. Oh, the cat's put his back to me now. He's got the monk on. Okay, so we're going to pop that little birdie on here. So that's that bit done, so we can save that while later. Put that to one side. Right, so we need to now concentrate on this wheel. Now, as I said, I die cut the birds, and then I've gone in with the light balmy blue to colour the background, just to make the bird pop. Okay, so let's have a look at the paper. The cat sat on it. Thank you, Monty. So this beautiful little birds, and as you can see, I've got one pointing to the left and one pointing to the right. Okay, I'm just right. So the die we need to use, just put things back when I've used them. So the die we need to use is this little fella. This is the one that has the little piece here that's got a hole in. Okay, so if I just show you, just to give you an idea, I know it's that way, but I'm doing it because that will just touch that. So we can pop that where we want it, and we're going to actually die cut this piece. Right, let me show you. Let me show you how I marked it. It looks so complicated, I know, but it isn't. It is easy. So let's pop that down like that. We have a hole here on this bar that goes across. Get a pencil, and we're just going to mark that hole like so. Okay, this, oh, the lead's gone funny. Let's do it again. That's it. Let's mark the hole again. Yes, just got that tiny mark. I can see that. I don't know if you can or not. Just here. Right. So what this hole is for is to give us an indication. So if I put the centre of that tiny little circle over the dot, I'm just going to put that in there just to hold it. This gives us an idea where we can put our cut our window. I want it over here, but you could have it down here, you could have it up here. The other ones I will show you. I like the circle purely because you can put the decorative bit round it, so you can put this round it, but you can also, this fan one is quite nice as well. So if I find the centre, so you can have it at the top, you could have it at an angle, you can have it anywhere around there, around the bottom. So you can it is very, very, you get a lot of choice, put it that way. We've also got a rectangle you can use, so that's the same. So we could have a sentiment in there, or we could have several sentiments going round. So your whirly bit will be at the back, okay, and we'll whirl this round, and you'll be able to have two, so one this side, one that side, and you could have different sentiments. It could be a birthday card, it could be, you could change it to an anniversary card by just rotating it round, whatever. You could have numbers on there, whatever you want. And then we've got the love heart, so that is just exactly the same. So that will just go in, and really you want your love heart that way up, I would have thought, but whatever. Okay, so that just gives you a rough idea. There's so many uses, you know, you can use, I didn't use a love heart and I didn't use a rectangle, so in my cards I use the circle and the whatever it's called, triangle, whatever. Okay, so that just gives you an idea of what we're going to be doing. Right, I am going to mark this up, so that hole that I marked is in the centre of that small hole. I'm going to set that up to where I want my die cut. Just for being on live, I'm going to put some low tack tape just on there. Okay, so you remember me saying about this piece. Okay, so we need to cut that off. Going back to stylish shapes, stitched stylish shapes dies, I'm going to use the second, one being the smallest, number two the next one up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this, I'm just going to line it up as best as I can, and we're going to cut that piece out. Okay, so I'm happy with that like that. Well, let's put tape on it so we can just secure it. You don't have to. Just let me make sure, like that. Okay, so we've got this to cut the window out, and this just to finish off that side. Let me bring my machine in. So there we go. Let's pop this on, and we're just going to roll that through. Okay, just pop that away. I'm going to do the embossing in a minute, and then it's done with. So gently, gently, just peel away like so, and same with this one, just gently, gently, just peel that away. Just don't want to rip my paper. There we go, just put that up there as well. And then we've got a window. Okay, and we've also got that indent there, so it just finishes it off. We're going to finish these off obviously even more, because we're going to do some decorating. So we're going to emboss we're going to use the wood grain embossing folder. Okay, I just thought it was quite nice. So with the label at the front, Stampin' Up label, I'm going to pop this in like so with the wood grain going down. Okay, we're going to pop this in the machine with the hinge side first. We've got plate 1, we've got the embossing folder, and we've got plate 4, and this is the 3D timber embossing folder. We're just going to roll that through. Just gives it that bit of texture. You don't have to do this, but I just thought it was different. Okay, so I can take this out, and I don't know if you'll be able to see all that, but you can see on the back it's all embossed. Okay, let's put the embossing folder away. Right, let's just put my thing on. Okay, so we're now going to think about this piece. So this is your mechanism. So I'm just gonna use this, it'll be fine. So what we're going to do, if I just put that through there and into the, that's it. Right, so we need to mark where we're going to put our circles, and because we have ridges, I have gone and put the circle with the birdie on over the ridge, so that when we come to the next piece, you'll not see it, you can't see it, but when we come to the next piece, it's plain in between. But yeah, you'll see if I do that. I've coloured it in the background. That's the sentiment and the birdie. So it just looks, okay. Alright, let's die cut our birdies. We'll choose which ones we would like. Let's have a look. Right, let me get, I've got so much on my desk. Oh, it's here. No, it's not. Just bear with us, I've got everything everywhere. That's that, that's that. Where's this? It's here somewhere. We're done with it. That's not, no, they're not it. That's not it. It's here somewhere. Where are you? Do you know, I can't have anything. It'll be here somewhere, but never mind, I'll just use, I'm not going hunting now, it'll be on my desk. Oh, it's here. Oh, it was in my tray, my magnetic tray. Oh dear. Right, so we're going to use the circle with the that has the little we cut the window out of it. Okay, that's what we're using. We're just ignoring the little circle that will not cut out. Okay, that is just there for reference for the actual mechanism of the card. So I'm just looking to see what birdies we've got, so we could do that one. So I'm just gonna go in. So I'm just gonna die cut that. So I just want the bird to be in the centre of the circle, like so. So we're just going to die cut that. Oh, it's been added to the celebration until the end of August. Ah, very good. Thank you, Izzy. My brain is, you know, all over. As per normal. Right, so I'm just going to die cut this. You've seen me die cut tonight, so I'll just quickly do it off. Okay. I'm just going to put my main light on. Just realised I didn't have it on. I didn't need it earlier, but the nights are drawing in thick and fast. Right, so we have one little birdie. Alright, I'm going to save these because these can be fussy cut. And we're just going to choose another one. So I want one in the other direction. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Dooba-dooba-dooba-doo. Choices, choices, choices. No, we'll have him. We'll have that one. So I'm not going to chop any birds up. I refuse to. Do it like that. It's lovely paper. I absolutely adore it. So we'll just go and we'll cut that one out like so. So I'll just quickly do that. That's birdie number 2. I'll just put that up there. So the last piece we actually need is, you might think I'm a funny, but I want a white one. You'll see why. And then we can get it put all together. Right, put that up there. So here we go. We've got our wheel. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop the mechanism onto the card so it's in the right place. So you can see where, let me get my thing. So you can see where this piece is, and that is for the whirly bit. Okay, so that will make sure it's in the right place. Okay, so we're not going to put these on yet. We're going to put these on when we've got the whirly piece in place. Okay, what else we're going to use? Just one of your offcuts, just a little circle. And we're going to use that to actually for the mechanism. Okay, so rough, just a rough idea. Centre, not quite, but it doesn't matter. So we're just going to poke a hole in the centre of this. Okay, we are then going to get a brad. Now, Stampin' Up do the brads. Unfortunately I haven't any, but I've got some real old ones that I want to use up first. Okay, so we've got the white whirly piece, as I would call it. I've got this scrappy piece. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to put the brad through the whirly piece, and then we're going to thread it through the scrap. Okay, turn it over, and then we're just going to open up, and we don't, she says, we don't want it mega tight. Okay, what we're going to do, this is going to be stuck down, this little piece. Okay, so no, you're not having, Monty's eating, they're trying to get the dimensionals. We need to put dimensionals on here, so I'm just going to put 4 dimensionals on the back. It will all become apparent once we've done it. Okay, so we've got 4 dimensionals on the back of the whirly bit, and it's good I've done that in blue so you can actually see where I'm putting them. Okay, this is going to be stuck to our base card, so this will be stuck to our base card. Okay, but we need to line it up, so the middle of this brad needs to be in the middle where we marked it. I've just put that pokey tool through. That's where the brad needs to be. Okay, so if we can centre that as best we can. Okay, and then what we're going to do is move this round, and we can see that that is all in line. Okay, so it's now putting it all together. Right, hold it in place. Okay, keep it held down. We need dimensionals, so you can use dimensionals, you can use the strips. I just think dimensionals are okay to use. So I'm just going to put plenty on. Okay, and then at the top we're just going to put, still holding on to our whirly bit, I'm going to put 2 at the top. Okay, so if I just hold that like that, you can see I've put them at the bottom, nowhere near the whirly bit, and 2 at the top. Okay, right, I'm just going to hold this up. I'm just going to start peeling my backs off, my dimensionals. You might think it's a bit of a faff, but it's well worth it. Okay, so then we're gonna remove these like so. Oh, and I know what I haven't done. Silly me. I know what I'm going to do. Just bear with us a second. This is because I did this at the last minute with the other one. Just going to stick my whirly piece down. You think I'm crackers. Right. Stampin' Blends. This is a light Balmy Blue. Okay, all I'm going to do, you'd think, oh, why don't we just use a piece of Balmy Blue? But I think, because when we put the birds on, I'm going to colour the background. It's white with the blend, and I think it looks better. I did try it with Balmy Blue card, but I preferred it this way, so that's why I'm doing it this way. It's up to you how you want to do it, but I'm doing it my way. So I'm not worrying about how I do it, where I do it, as long as it's all coloured in, doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, it might look a bit naff at the moment. Right, so I just want to pull these off here. Good job I have my silicone mat. Okay, let's start again. Okay, let me get my brad. Yep, happy with that. Okay, so we're holding on to it, holding on, and we're just, I'm going to open that up, and we're just going to hold on to it, and there we go. Just going to pop it on. Now, make sure your wheel works, and it does. There's no brad showing at the front at all. Yes, it is a standalone set. It could, yeah, definitely could be overlooked. Yes, Izzy, I totally agree. Yeah, it's getting used to it. It took me ages yesterday to try and get sorted. Right, so here we go. Let's get our birdies in. If I can pick them up. Okay. So these just fit straight in. Okay. So just let me pull it out. Let's get some adhesive, and I'm using my Stampin' Seal. So we're just going to put a bit of adhesive on these. Okay. And then I'm just gonna try and find, yeah, the divot. The divot is in the middle. You'll know what I mean with the, when you see the die. So we've got one birdie like that. Oh, one birdie like that. But what haven't I done? Dear me. Good job I can still do it here. So I'm just going to go around him. Yes, it is, after all, International Cat Day. Come out of the way. Like, oh, he's mischief. He's into everything. He's got to be with me all the time. Follows me around like a little lost lamb. Okay, so all I'm doing is just going around the bird, just with the Stampin' Blends. No, you're not helping. You're not helping me colour, silly boy. Okay. So just a bit, so you can see how that pops already. Let's do this one before I pop it on. That's all we're doing. We're just going to go in lot. Doesn't take a lot of doing. Just sets it off, I think. After seeing the white one, it sort of lost it with that designer series paper on the front. So there we go. So this is all we're doing. There we go. Like a bit of colouring, quite therapeutic. There we go. Just to me, just pops, makes it pop. Okay, we can put some glue on the back of that. And again, once I've got it going, like so. Okay, So what we're going to do is we're going to move the wheel round until we've got that empty space. We're going to pop the birdie in there. Okay, and then so we get 3 in here, just so about there. So try and get it as even as you can. So this one we're going to stamp on, and I'm just going to once again, because all the back's blue, this needs to be blue, but I just wanted it the same colour. And I think this is, as I said, this is light balmy blue. Yeah. Right, okay, so on this one we are putting You've Got Something to Celebrate. Ink, Night of Navy again. And just stand up. So get it central, or as central as you can. And then same thing, bit of glue on the back. I've got ink all over me. Just going to pop this one in. So I want this to be as level as possible. I've just smudged it slightly, but never mind, it's not the end of the world. Okay, so we've got a birdie, another birdie, and You've Got Something to Celebrate. Okay, let's finish decorating this card. We're nearly there. So I'm going to put a bird like so. So remember earlier we cut these 2 out. Okay, we did the sentiment and the little birdie, and then we cut it. Basically it'd be 2 of these, but I'd already got half left. So what I'm going to do is this piece, I'm just going to put a bit of glue on just round this edge like so. Then I'm going to line this up. Do it with me. Just line this up with the edge. I'm not worried about these pieces that are stuck over, so I'm just going to put a little bit of pressure on there. Just let that dry before we go and cut it off. Okay, smaller circle we're just going to put round there. You can still see everything. Okay, so we're just going to put a little bit of glue, just a little bit of glue, not a lot, just a little, like so. Just get it lined up and just put a bit of pressure on it. Oh, moved it. It still moves, it hasn't been stuck down, so we're alright. and then this one is going to go on top of that. I just thought it just actually sets it off with that nice scalloped edge. So just a little bit of glue around the sort of inside. You don't need loads. That's it. Just a very fine bead, and then just press that down. There we go. That will dry. So these pieces here, we're just going to get our snips and we're just going to cut them off level, both sides. In fact, I'm going to do it that way, both sides. And that, to me, just finishes that edge off. You've got that nice Night of Navy border all the way around. Okay, let's pop our sentiment on. We're nearly done. What time are we on? Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. So just a couple of dimensionals. I'm not decorating the inside. You've seen me decorating insides of cards, so I'm not going to do it tonight. Or I'm getting terrible. I've not even decorated an envelope. So we just pop that on there like that. Our little bird I'm going to put here, so I want a dimensional at the back here. Haven't got any little ones, so it's going to have to be a big one. And we're going to pop him just like that. So let me just clear my desk with everything. Put things to one side. Cat's gone now. That's just typical, isn't it? Right. Put my dimensionals away. My card. Right. So this is what we've got. One card. A little bird told me you've got something to celebrate. And you could just put inside just a happy birthday sentiment. There's one bird looking one way and one bird looking the other. And that is our live tonight. Okay. I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope that's not been too hard work. So we've got those two cards. Let me bring in my other cards that I've made. So that is the B one. So if I just put those on there, that is the other birdie. I'll pop that to the bottom because I prefer them. So that there, and then the squirrel. I love the squirrel stamp set, absolutely love it. But that is Give It a Whirl dies. As I said, there's loads of different bits, and we've got, you could do it, you could have the hippo on the front and have something, a sentiment at the top with the clouds, and so you could really go for it with this. That's sort of the world's your oyster. It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So right, okie dokie. Sorry, I've just nudged my my camera. Right, so I hope you've enjoyed that. I've enjoyed making it. It was a bit daunting for a start, but I say once you get using it, it does come quite naturally. How to make it, how to pop it together, and it does make a lovely interactive card. So you Give It a Whirl dies are out, the annual catalogue, I will just show you where they are. Give it a whirl. And they're £37. Okay, and you get 21 dies, and it's such a great set. Such a great set. You could do so much with it. That's only just touching the surface, really. What we've done tonight, you can do all sorts. I'll have to see what other concoctions we can make. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. Hope you have too. We'll be back next week. Possibility it could be Christmas next week. Not 100% sure, but I think it might be. Just for now. We will see. See how I feel. Might not feel Christmassy, so it might be a birthday card or an anniversary card, but hey ho. We could do a winter themed birthday card, that does not matter. Right, I'll say good evening. Thank you very much for watching. I do apologise because I haven't uploaded my last Monday's video on YouTube yet. It will go up this week at some point, and obviously tonight's will go up as well. Everything I've used will be put in the description below the video, so yeah, it should all be there for you. Right, thank you very much. So I will see you next Monday. Good evening and thank you. Bye.